Solana has exploded higher plus 6.36% to $71.87, a historic single-session move that demands your attention. In this video we break down what is driving this and what it means. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. It is Saturday, June 27th, and this is your complete global market briefing. Investors are selectively buying in some sectors while reducing exposure in others. Let us start with a quick look at how the major global markets are positioned today. Starting with the major global indices. S&P 500 is little changed, hovering near $7,354.02. Equity markets are responding to reports that tech stocks drive unnerving sell-off in global markets, The New York Times. NASDAQ 100 dipped minus 1.09% to $29,118. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Palantir joins software stock rally amid semiconductor, tech sell-off, Investors Business Daily. Dow Jones is broadly flat at $51,876, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Equity markets are responding to reports that stocks rise before Micron's earnings as oil slides, markets wrap. DAX edged higher plus 1.03% to $24,995. This comes as Palantir joins software stock rally amid semiconductor, tech sell-off, Investors Business Daily, adding pressure to energy markets. FTSE 100 slipped minus 0.21% to $10,508. Investor sentiment is being shaped by oil nears pre-war levels, but a top economist warns lower prices could mean higher inflation, Business Insider. Now let us turn to some of the biggest names in global equities. Apple plunged minus 6.12% to $275.15 in a significant session. Apple Intelligence adoption rate across the iPhone 16 base is the variable that will determine whether this cycle outperforms the last. Services revenue, now running at over $100 billion annualized, compounds regardless of hardware timing. The India manufacturing expansion de-risks the China tariff story meaningfully. Watch for any product announcement that could re-accelerate upgrades. Microsoft surged plus 5.71% to $372.97 in a significant session. Azure AI services revenue is the key number. Each point of acceleration in cloud growth translates directly into a higher earnings multiple. Copilot enterprise adoption is still early innings, but the renewal rate data from the Salesforce is encouraging. Any guidance upgrade on cloud segment margins would be the catalyst for the next leg up. Samsung plunged minus 5.30% to $339,500 in a significant session. The HBM supply competition with SK Hynix is the defining story. Samsung needs to close the yield gap to win hyperscaler HBM contracts. Consumer DRAM pricing is recovering as inventory normalizes. Watch for any NVIDIA or Google qualification update on Samsung HBM. Rocket Lab surged plus 4.77% to $84.54 in a significant session. Government launch contracts with the US DoD provide baseline revenue visibility. The Electron rocket utilization rate is the near-term earnings driver. Any contract win announcement or NASA mission assignment would be a meaningful positive catalyst for the stock. Now let us dig into the macro picture driving these moves. On the geopolitical front, this comes as Palantir joins software stock rally amid semiconductor, tech sell-off, Investors Business Daily, adding pressure to energy markets. This is adding a risk premium across energy markets and supporting safe haven demand. The key macro overlay remains monetary policy. Investor sentiment is being shaped by oil nears pre-war levels, but a top economist warns lower prices could mean higher inflation, Business Insider. Any surprise in the rate path could trigger outsized moves. On the data front, equity markets are responding to reports that stocks rise before Micron's earnings as oil slides, markets wrap. Turning to commodities. Brent crude dropped sharply to $73.57 per barrel, down 2.25% on the session. The move follows reports that stocks rise before Micron's earnings as oil slides, markets wrap. WTI crude dropped sharply to $70.24 per barrel, down 2.34% on the session. The move follows reports that stocks rise before Micron's earnings as oil slides, markets wrap. Natural gas dropped sharply to $3.29, down 1.68% on the session. This comes as Palantir joins software stock rally amid semiconductor, tech sell-off investors' business daily, adding pressure to energy markets. Gold climbed to $4,103 per troy ounce, up 1.8% on the session. Safe haven demand is being supported by reports that gold price could struggle through 2026 as it loses safe haven status to US bonds, buys McGlone, Kitco. Let us give you our near-term view on Solana. From a momentum perspective, the next key resistance for Solana sits around $76.18. A sustained break above that level could attract further institutional buying. The main risk to the upside scenario is a shift in macro conditions or central bank tone. This is our analytical view, always do your own research. In the currency markets, Euro to US dollar is at 1.14, gaining 0.31% on the day. Pound sterling to US dollar is at 1.32, gaining 0.24% on the day. US dollar to Japanese yen is at 161.73, losing 0.02% on the day. Currency markets are reacting to gold. Silver ETFs fall up to 4% as stronger dollar, rate hike fears weigh, Business Standard. Let us close with the key events and catalysts on our radar. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Independent market coverage, no subscription fees, no paywalls. If this analysis saved you time and helped you think more clearly about the market, please like the video. It costs you nothing and it directly funds more content like this. Subscribe for daily coverage across indices, stocks, commodities, forex, and crypto. Tell us in the comments, what are you watching most closely right now? That wraps up today's coverage from MTRS_Market Pulse. This content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Stay disciplined, and we will see you tomorrow. That is your full global market briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily updates.